Alright, welcome to the Quick Pump channel. Today I want to talk about body parts that get worked through normal workouts, but sometimes you want to target them specifically. And today I'll be mostly talking about the neck, but we'll go into forearms and I might do a little bit of ab work. But the neck is very important to aesthetics and for just general safety. So you want to train your neck. It'll help you be more resilient in life, supposedly. So like you can better take impact if you have an accident or an attack or something like that. And aesthetically, the neck, having a thick neck, which I'm still working on, and I'll discuss a little bit more, but having a thick neck helps your aesthetics appearance. I feel like your facial aesthetics, because it's like he's kind of ugly, but that neck is thick. I don't know. I better just say he's not that ugly. So yeah, it can be somewhat subconsciously intimidating to some people, but I think like strong-minded people, that shouldn't matter at all, really. But it's just like one of those nature responses. I think when people see the thick neck, it's like your subconscious, mind thinking in like nature, like, oh, that's a big boy right there, a big girl with that big thick neck. They're quite an animal. So yeah, and let's get into neck training now. I might not be the expert at neck training, but I want to show you what I think about it. And what I think the number one thing to really focus on with going into neck training is a movement called the chin tuck. The chin tuck is where you basically go against your aesthetics and you make your lower chin big and fat, Yeah, so yeah, you just want to squeeze, make that chin like, see that? Make that. And you want to hold it. So you're thinking about like your chin coming back and just making it fat. So just like that. So this is a chin tuck. It's very important for postural improvements. I'm doing the tuck. Releasing it. Even releasing it slow. You really want to master it. What it does, it's activating like the deep core neck muscles. It's like the longest coli and the longest capitis, and it's also kind of giving you a slight stretch back here. And the occipital muscles, which connect your head to your neck there. So one thing you can do for like relief if you're on a desk for a lot, just doing the chin tucks, or even maintaining a slight chin tuck after a while. So you really want to work on this. That way you're able to hold different degrees of the chin tuck. But I would like you to start out each neck exercise or workout with like, let's say like a couple of chin tucks held for like anywhere from like 10 to 15 seconds. Breathing throughout. Making sure you're holding it. And if you want a little more stretch on that, do a little bit of down tilting with it. So it's chin tuck, a little bit of down tilt. To feel a little bit of stretch on the back of the head here where the neck meets the head. The main thing is just that chin tuck. Nice chin tuck. And I think by the degree of fat you got is the degree it's held. And then when we go into these other exercises, I want you to maintain a slight chin tuck and then do the exercises. So yeah, so I think the first exercises I'll do are the ones without any weight or any like, what is it called? Like positive and negative motion. So these are static hold exercises. I'm going to try with my glasses on for right now, but let me show you the first exercise to do. So You want the palm of your head against kind of like your cheekbone, kind of reach back here in your ear, and you're leaning into it. Not real strong, just holding it for a couple seconds, kind of warming up the movement. Kind of warming up the movement. So I'm going that way, but I'm just stopping it. So I don't think of pushing with my hand. I think of just pushing with my head against my hand, and my hand is stationary. Imagine my hand is the wall. And then I do the other side. So I like try to get a little bit the heel of the palm sort of against the cheekbone, trying to get a safe spot. You know, we don't want any bruising or anything, so I do that. I'm pushing against it for like a couple seconds. I really should have like a metronome going. If you have a metronome music app is good. You can set it to 60 beats per minute, so then you'll be confident of how many seconds you have held your exercises for. Okay, and then we'll do it on the other side. We're going to put even more force. So I'm trying to lean even more. All right. I want to be a little careful. And one thing I did not do as much as I could have engaged a little more of that chin tuck. So let me try that here. Engage the chin tuck. Oh, all right. Now with the chin tuck engaged, it's less jarring on the head. So if you keep putting the force in here, you're going to feel it transfer to more muscles with the chin tuck, because this chin tuck is akin to stabilizing the core while you do your movements. So it's going to allow a stable base for your neck, and it's going to engage all the muscles that need to be engaged in a more even level. So you're working safer, because I did that other one with like no chin tuck at all, and I was like, ooh, this is kind of jarring. So yeah, so you want to do that for a couple seconds, time it, and then try to go to like a higher force each time you do it. I would say be careful with your hand placement, get it so where it's comfortable. Ooh, all right. So that's lateral neck strengthening. I should have been having a metronome. You should do a metronome, but I haven't done this in a while, so I'm counting on the fact that I haven't done this really serious in a while. Go through the 3 phases, like one kind of light, warm up. Second phase, like medium, and then third phase, pretty intense. You know, maybe not 100%, but allow yourself to get pretty tired in that third go around, and try to hold it for, I would say, anywhere from 10 to 20 seconds. Get a metronome going and see how you do. Rotational. Now they don't have many rotational machines. Like they have them where you can do the side and the front and the back, especially like the Nautilus one. They did make a Nautilus rotational machine. You can kind of see it online in some post, and it's very rare, but it looks kind of cool. But here's how you would work your rotational movements, and same way you do it with a static hold. So you're just working against it. So cheekbone, slight chin tuck, rotating that way, and your hand is not letting you move that way. So that was a little more moderate, but so I'll do the same thing here. can kind of feel the SCM or sternocleidomastoid. I think like the upper part start to engage, because I believe the SCM sternocleidomastoid. It's a long name, so I think it does a lot of different things. So I think it'll elevate, bend your head forward, and also like kind of side to side movement. So we're working that rotational portion again. I'm gonna go even stronger now. Oh yeah, this is actually pretty easy to get. So again, maintain a slight chin tuck. Do you feel like you need to reposition your palm? Woo! Alright, whoo! Alright, whoa. Now that might take you, take you on some rocky seas, you know, so I'm going to do some more chin tucks afterwards just to kind of like reset things. Just hold it, slight bend, and then release. Chin tuck, flex, bring up, slight release. Show you again here. Chin tuck, tilt, untilt, slight release. Don't forget to breathe. All right, so I'll show you the other ways I work my neck. So anteriorly, I'm going to get on the ground. We're working against gravity, and then I'll do it with the harness. But you don't need the harness. You can do it. The harness just makes it a little easier for me. But you can do that also off of a bench or something too. And I would recommend, if you do it off a bench, don't really worry about adding weight. And if you do add weight, take your time, make sure your form is perfect, and then add weight. I'm not going to do it off a bench, working at the external. Did I say laterally? I don't know. But I'm not going to do off the bench with the extension, working the extensions. But the flexion, I'll do it off a bench. Actually, I got a vertical leg press with a pad, so it's, for me, it's kind of perfect because it's like angled up, but my head's still off the ground, so I just get a slight chin tuck, and then boom, bringing it forward with the tuck really engages the front flexor muscles of the neck. All right. So you can do it on any bench. I'm doing this bench low to the ground because, or this vertical leg press, because I feel like it works out pretty good for me. So all you need is just your neck off the bench. I would say try to keep your upper back or maybe even your shoulders supported. Right now I'm forced into a chin tuck, so chin tuck, but kind of bringing it up, face forward a little bit. Those deep neck flexors are engaged. Just doing some reps till I get a little tired here. And once I start to get tired, what I like to do is apply a little bit of physical resistance with my hands. This is something you could do seated. You're just doing the chin tuck, then bring it forward a little bit. But I'm doing it against gravity here. And when you're doing it against gravity, sorry, slow. You can apply a little more resistance with your hands, but you be careful because you don't want to give yourself black eyes. So here we're going to go. Oh yeah, that's good. Not much. I'm getting tired. Oh. Ah. Ah. Oh. Honestly, that was failure. So yeah, I should be a lot stronger, but just that little bit of resistance took me to failure in that moment. Oh. Now I could keep going, but I don't feel like I have the same engagement of the deep neck flexors. But yeah, so that's one way of doing it. When you get real strong, you be like Big Lenny. Be careful, but you can add plates. He liked to put the plates right on his forehead, but he had like a towel, and then as a padding, and then he applied pressure from the weights. So when you do that, you're holding the weights in with your arms. You can apply how much pressure you want from the weights, but you can get very similar by just pressing down because you're applying a similar force. It's all about force against or resistance against the force. So you can apply a pretty strong amount of resistance with just your hands. But once again, placement of your hands, be careful. Even when you're doing this, try to find the best placement for you, because I think I was a little low on that. So like my cheekbones a little sore when I was doing the rotational movement. So I guess that's one way of look maxing, getting the bone smashing in there as well. So on top of the neck, we're doing the bone smashing. So yeah, let's keep pumping, baby. Wait 1 second here. Right. All right, this is a neck harness, so it really helps with the the posterior extension of the neck, or the head, posterior extension of the head, using extensor neck muscles. Yeah, so I really like this one because I feel like it's really supportive. I've had some before that are not as comfortable and not as like on there as well, so I feel like this really fits to the head pretty good. So yeah, try this on here. Like somebody with a small head's been using my stuff. So yeah, usually in the back you have a way to adjust it. You can adjust it on the top too, but yeah. You can go under the chin, and let's get a weight here. Alright, so today I'm going to use a 35. I'm already warmed up, so I'm just going to do one set. I've got this on the floor. I'm going to loop this through it. I hold it with my hands, so nothing really on here right now. But let me adjust the camera 1 second. You want to make sure everything's in position, and I like to do these seated, so you want to have a nice stable seat while you're doing it. Let me see if I can get a little more in the camera. So I'm sitting on a bench I have it between my knees. And then I extend. I maintain a slight chin tuck, and then I extend. I engage the chin tuck first. I relax a little bit at the end, but I still maintain a slight chin tuck. I'm aware of that at all times. Starting to fail. Give myself a little assistance. There we go. That's no Big Lenny. Big Lenny would do like 345s. This is 130, just one single 35 pounds. So you see, I got a long way to grow, a long way to go. But I think the main thing is just maintain your chin tuck. Make sure you're doing the movement under control. That's the most important thing, because if you're not controlling the weight, it's dangerous, especially for the cervical spine and tissues. So you don't want to get a crick in your neck. You don't want to get any injury from just trying to strengthen your neck. So start nice and light. Nice and light, and just keep going from there, being progressive. As you go, you want to keep track of your weights, but you're going to kind of know what you can handle. And the thing about what I like to focus on with neck is like time under tension over most things. So it might be a little slow going with my weights going up, but I feel like each time we're improving our time under tension, and our form gets better and better. So yeah, just keep on progressing and being honest with yourself, and I think that'll create a lot of growth for your neck. Woo. All right, forearms. So forearms, what do you got for forearms? So wrist curls, both reverse and just regular flexion. I think that's it, right? That, and like you can go this direction, or you can do like on a pull down, you can go working that direction. Also hammer curls help engage that muscle there, but I think for forearms I'm going to just focus on wrist curls both ways, and let's see how it goes. I'm no expert at training forearms, that's for sure, so let's see here. I have some weight in here. Let's see. feel like the angle's all wrong, but I'm going to shorten my chain here so I can get a little more resistance throughout the movement. Now you don't have to use a cable machine, it's just I'm lazy and I feel like this is already here, so I'm going to try to work with it. Now you can get handles, a lot of the handles you get are not able to rotate, so that's what you want for wrist work or forearm work, is like, let me show you, like a handle like this where it rotates in the middle here. So there's like a bearing here so you can get that flexion of the wrist. So yeah, I might end up lowering it because now I can really feel the resistance, but let's see. All right, let's try another set. Let's try a little bit. Oh. Trying to get where it feels more comfortable on the wrist. Because where it stands, these work pretty good for bicep curls on the thing too, because you're able to go like that, but it rotates. It's not feeling too good on the wrist. Like on the ulnar side, feeling more pain. So yeah, I'm gonna try something. Yeah, I'm gonna try something here, and I think this will work better for me. I'll be right. Yeah, I'll be right back. Let me see. Monkey bars. If you get up to the monkey bar, let me angle this a little bit better here. Let's see here. All right. All right, so you go up to the monkey bars and you got a bar like this. You're like at a midpoint, maybe not at the complete flexion, not at the start of the flexion. I like the midpoint of the flexion here, and you're just going against resistance. I got my forearms against my thighs, and I'm just flexing. I'm flexing about, let me try 100%. Ooh, okay, that was about 50% what I was doing, okay? So I'm doing about 50%, holding it for a time. Now, note, I've already done some wrist curls, not really effectively, but it's something towards my fatigue. So I'm holding this for a certain amount of time. Once again, next time maybe I'll get a metronome going in the background so I can be exactly on track of my seconds, but I'm trying to anywhere from 15 to 20 seconds here. All right, whoo. All right, shake it out a little bit. All right, now I'm gonna try, let's say, I'm gonna try 100 again. All right, let me go about 75 here. So 75%. All right, take a little rest. I'll just try going for it in a minute here, or a little bit. So I'm just going to try as hard as I can for as long as I can now. So. Holy crap. Oh. Oh, God dang it. No! That wasn't even like that long, man. But yeah. So, yeah, you want to build up your statics so you can do that crap. And it's kind of dangerous, I think, because of the blood pressure, so I probably shouldn't have squeezed my whole hand as much. Thinking about it just now, I probably should have, especially for this deflection movement, kind of just, you know, have it like that as much as I can. Try not to have that closed end. It might be a little bit better on your blood pressure. All right, whew. Now, extension. I might have to get a little bit on the bar a little bit, because I like to have my forearm against my knees or my thighs, so to say. So I'm just playing with the angle a little bit, making sure my feet are on the bottom of the bar. Now you can do this as long as it's stationary, so it's like you're working against a stationary object. So that's pretty cool. So we're gonna go. Let me see. I'm trying to get the right hand position here. All right, so extension. This is not that great. I'm gonna get a better one, but I'm holding about 25 to 45% here. Extension. I'm just trying to hold it. It's actually feeling pretty pumping up here. One thing I got to do, get a better position for here, because I feel like my knees are stabbing into my thighs. So I might have to F with the position a little bit. So I'm bringing it forward a little bit, resting my forearms on my thighs. All right, there we go. I'm holding on to it. Oh, there we go. Bring it up a little bit. Not just extending the wrist, but also bring it up a little bit. Oh, yeah. There we go. And just holding it. I can imagine Wes Watson's doing these type of exercises right now in the county jail down in Florida. Gosh! Ah! Woo! Take a little rest. That wasn't 100%, but when you're doing these, you want to find a position where your wrists aren't hurting. My wrist was hurting a little bit on that, but I was still getting the muscle engagement. But that's why you want to go up in certain percentages of your strength. Make sure your position's gravy as you're going. So that way you get most excellent muscle contractions and minimal tendon and joint discomfort. Alright. So I'm going to try to make this the set, baby. So maybe a little closer grip here. I would advise everybody to try these for yourself. Seek out better examples of this. But you can also experiment with yourself by not applying maximal pressure. That way you're protecting your joints and your tendons as you find that correct position that is statically giving the resistance you need to your muscles, and then you can increase the amount of resistance you go against that object. So yeah, all right, I'm trying as much as I can. Oh, I don't know how long I can hold this. Keeping those muscles engaged. Let me get a little bit of grip. Ah! Ah! I should, yeah. That was alright. I feel like I'm starting to pump up a little bit, so I like doing those statics, so just make sure your wrist is good and definitely get into it, you know. I mean, you could even do it like that, you know. I think Vince Goodrum's shown people how to do that before. I like gripping the bar though, especially with extensions. Now, in this position, maybe the grip, you might want to loosen a little bit. It seems like for the extension, the grip isn't as strong, but you're still getting it, the engagement of the extensors. But for the flexion, be careful, because I felt like when you really get that grip really strong and you're squeezing so much, you might have a little bit of too high of a blood pressure going on. So yeah, just be cautious with that. Consult a physician before trying any new exercise program, especially if you have a coexisting condition. Maybe getting on the floor like that is not going to work out for you. In that case, yeah, so maybe getting on the floor is not going to work out for you so good, because in that position I'm laying on the floor, my body's slightly elevated, but it really helps me engage the deep core flexors as I do the flexion motion for neck, as I was just doing. But maybe you can do it like just statically, just pushing against your hand. Don't think of your hand pushing your head back. Think of your head pushing against your hand with all those neck exercises. And I think forearms, neck, these muscles will show in like a regular t-shirt pretty well. Of course, it helps to have good biceps, which I really don't have their great biceps, but I feel like my neck is coming along, my forearms are coming along, so this is about, you know, this is about look maxing as anything else. So yeah, so those are some undeniable things. So before you think about going and getting hair plugs and eye makeup and all that, think of the things around your face, your jazz hands, your forearms. You know, you take care of your nails. My nails are kind of grimy. That's the next step I should be doing. But having muscular hands, having a muscular neck, you know, that's kind of undeniable. So this kind of will kind of be like, well, the mug ain't all that, but man, look at that neck. Look at them hairy, big old, you know, freaky forearms and stuff. Even though mine aren't that freaky, they're a little hairy though, so that's good. Yeah, so I'm using today is one of those days where these muscles do get worked indirectly, but like I said, I'm working them directly today. I'm in between workouts somewhat because I did a full body last time. I'm on vacation, so I want to just target what I can. I'm going to probably do another full body here soon. Get back to work. I'll be back on the upper lower split. So I'm going to just do a little bit of ab work, but you don't want to see me do no ab work. So you know how to work your abs, hopefully, and if not, there's a lot better people that show you how to do it. But in the meantime, I want you to just, you know, keep pumping up, man. Keep pumping up them forearms, them necks. You know, that's the real way to look max, you know. We call it freak max, you know. They can't deny that, you know. Once you get that neck growing, you know, it's going to grow your facial aesthetics. And I'm working on the diet, so those chin tucks, you see, you know, I got this like Michigan triple chin here going on. That's starting to go away a little bit. So yeah, just try to keep your diet in check, keep your neck growing, and get leaner. And that's about looks maxing you need to do. People talk about hammer smashed face and all these Cannibal Corpse lyrics into looks maxing. No, just we're doing our smashing here as we're you pressing against it. So once you get press against, make sure it's in a safe spot. That's really the main thing you want to do. I think that's a great way to train your neck. Having a harness is fun and stuff, but the chin tuck and the isometrics go a really far way. And when you're working a job where maybe your neck's not in a good spot, so doing some chin tucks, holding it, maybe even doing slight reps helps warm you up into it, and then a little bit of a tilt, you know, and then we'll do, actually, after, I think your neck work is a good time to do stretches, so you can even stretch your upper traps. Yeah, don't forget your upper traps. Your upper traps help too, you know, it's up here. You can get a little bit of the side neck engaged because they go into the neck there when you do the traps. Stretch out the traps, nice and tall chin tuck, hold under your chair or have your hand on your butt, stretch to one side, hold it for 30 seconds, come back under control. Same deal. Other side, hand under a chair is perfect. If you can't find a chair, just sit on your hand. Feel it stretch. Slight chin tuck. You can even feel it into the shoulder. It's really great. All right. And then another part, like it goes into the neck, but it's more in the back of the scapula, is the levator scapula. So same thing, under your chair side, but then a little bit of a twist towards your armpit, as if you're smelling your armpit. You'll feel the back of your neck right here stretch. Hold that 15 to 30 seconds. Back under control. Then do the other side. Smell that armpit. As if you're trying to smell your armpit. There you go. And then back under control. Squeeze your shoulders together. You know, don't roll them back when you're doing the exercise, but you can kind of roll them back, getting stuff moved. Chin tuck with a tilt. Feel that back of your neck stretch. You can anchor a collarbone. Have your kind of like your nose pointing away. Stretching your sternocleidomastoid. You're anchoring it at your collarbone here. Stretching. And just kind of like relaxing back. Breathing throughout. Breathing throughout. Slow turns. This is a good cool down after your neck exercises, or let's say you're really training traps good, doing some rows, stuff like that. It's good to do those stretches after your workout. I like warming up and I like stretching afterwards. And according to Tom Platz, he did a lot of stretching and he said that helped his muscles grow. So I don't know, maybe it has like a little bit of like fascial relaxation and those muscles just bloom, you know. That might be it. I don't know. But whatever you do, do it and keep pumping it up, baby. Yeah.